Sunday where three nerdy friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am with third nerd Sunny. The other two that make up this table is Manny.
Oh, hi.
What's going on?
Hi.
Hi.
Things in the world.
You're the thing world. Um, anything new with you guys? Anything exciting you wish to share?
Oh no, none of that.
Oh, no. I don't think so.
Same old, man.
I think it is the same old, same old. Can't
I guess
really,
that's all right.
can't really complain because no one's gonna listen. So
Yeah, true.
It's all right.
I don't give a fuck about nothing. So,
This is gonna be a great show, everybody. Stay tuned for a good one.
go ahead and start with the news. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
There's gonna be a King Kong show on Netflix.
that is it. Bye.
Is it animated or what is it? I don't
It's
even
gonna
know.
be, it's gonna be anime.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna be like the Godzilla show that's on there.
Or it's gonna be like Castlevania.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Those
Anyone
are-
watch the Godzilla show that's on there?
I wanted to, but I don't know why I never just.
I watched
Yeah,
the
I can
first
watch
part
it.
and I found it really weird and I kind of didn't like it, but I might have to rewatch that one.
I don't know. I heard people like usually do. I hate it. And then all of a sudden, oh, this is the best version I've ever seen. I'm like,
I
just
would
don't
never
know.
say that about this because I mean, I don't think I hated it, but I didn't love it. So it was kind of like, not too memorable. So
Godzilla's freaking huge in this one, right?
yeah, he's like the size of a mountain, or yeah,
See, I think that's too big for Godzilla. Like that's
it's kind of in the future. Yeah, and he can barely move and stuff. But he's like an earth-shattering kind of power, where if he decides to blow something up, he can blow up like an island or like a continent or a state or something.
But that show is not about Godzilla. It's more about the characters around him, right? The people around him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's where I got bored, and I didn't care about them. Which I have a feeling they're going to do the same thing with Kong because it's about some people stuck on Skull Island. Is that right?
I didn't get that from the trailer.
They kidnap a girl.
Oh,
Say,
okay. I
hey.
didn't know there was a trailer. So my bad.
I'm just being sarcastic with it, but I think they can't get Kong on. They can't get Kong willingly to come, so they see he has this connection with this girl, and she goes, "Come, we saved the world. All right, let's go."
Oh, okay. So this is a prequel to the movie, and how they get him on the boat, maybe
What
Talking
is?
about.
the Kong thing.
No, this is about
Alright.
I think John C.
Nope.
Riley's character.
Oh, okay.
You know, you saw how he was stuck on there for a while.
Yeah, I was just watching actually the movie today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a prequel to that. I like that movie. I remember one of my favorite parts of Skull Island was they mention the Cubs winning the World Series.
Mhm.
I thought that was kind of like a funny
He's
thing.
like, did they win yet?
Yeah. Or
Guy's
something
like, nah, dude.
no, I
not
think
yet.
they won. I think they came out in 2016, did it not?
No, this is before.
Yeah,
it
but
came
the
out before,
timeline of the
'cause,
movie is in
it
the
was like in the
70s.
70s. So he's like, "Did they win? No, they're still bad. Ah, shit. Oh,
Right.
And he was a
Yeah.
fan in the 40s, so it was like 30 years. And the guy's like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck. Okay, I get it. God, let's move on.
I mentioned very sad about that.
Let me finish mine real quick.
What else
This is
you
my
got?
last one, actually. February PlayStation games for free are going to be Control, which won a lot of Game of the Year awards. I did play it. I did like it. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I wouldn't give it Game of the Year. I
Wait,
do like the idea.
You played it and
Beat
then you returned it?
I bought
Or-
it, beat it, sold it.
Hmm.
I'm never
Alright.
going to play it again. But now I have this, which has DLC, so maybe I'll just play the DLC because I already played the main story. The other one is Concrete Genie, which is a PlayStation exclusive game. Came out 2 or 3 years ago. I think it has VR support, and it's like a graffiti fantasy game. I don't know a lot about it. I didn't play it. I heard people liked it, but it's free. Might as well add it to your library. And the last one is Destruction All Stars, which was going to be a PS5 launch game. It's now free to play for 2 months. And then I think after those 2 months, you have to purchase it. So it's kind of like a PSN free trial for 2 months.
PSN.
This is kind of...
We don't get to keep the game?
No, you can access it for free for the first 2 months. And then after that, I don't know what the plan is. I don't think they've said what the plan is for it, but it's not going to be free forever.
Going to give me money plan.
So I expect most people will, by 2 months, everyone will be done with it.
I would have expected that game is going to be more of a Rocket Ball. Is that what we played?
Rocket
Kind of
League.
like Rocket League.
Rocket League. There it is.
Yeah, it seems like that. It's like Destruction Arena, and then you can run on foot too and do like weird stuff like hijack cars or jump over them or other things. There haven't been a lot of gameplay videos actually about it. A lot of them are just like stylized videos, kind of showing you the mayhem that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, for free, I will definitely try it out.
My next piece actually ties in with yours.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
So that PlayStation 4 for Control is the Ultimate edition with all the DLC and stuff. If you download that, you actually get a free upgrade for the PS5 version of it.
Cool.
And they're also going to offer to anyone who bought the Complete Edition or the Ultimate Edition prior to this, they're going to get a free upgrade to PS5 only if you have the Ultimate Edition. If you have the standard version, then you have to get the Ultimate Edition to get that bonus. So you might as well.
Oh, okay.
So if you own the standard, just get this for free, and you'll get the free upgrade to PlayStation 5 on February 2nd. So you can put this on PS4, and oh, look at that. It's Ace. Hello, Ace. Right. Jump him, stab him, kick him.
I don't know what he wants.
Jump him, get him.
Yeah. So yeah, this is your chance to play it on your spanking new PS5 as well.
Have you played it, Sonny, or no?
I did not. I wanted to, but
I think you'll like it.
I didn't.
Paranormal action game. Pretty cool.
So that's my first news article.
Okay.
What do you got, Manny?
My first one, Harry Potter live-action TV series in the works at HBO Max. I didn't really look into it, so I don't know when it's going to be based off of. I don't even think there's anything like that out yet. But, I mean...
I think Radcliffe is coming back, isn't he?
I would be surprised if he is. I didn't...
Really? Because they showed a picture of him, like, as a grown-up.
Well, I mean, they show a picture of that acting all the time just to kind of get you
just to entice you.
Yeah. So, not sure about that one.
I've only seen the last 2 Harry Potters. I've never seen the rest.
Wow, you missed a lot.
Yeah, I sure did.
As I watched an Endgame without watching all the other movies.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, watch Endgame without anything else because people die and shit happens. You're like, wait, am I supposed to care?
It's because it was like when I first met Nicole, she was like, let's go see these. And I'm like, I know nothing about this. I just walked in and I was like, what the hell is going on?
So
I like Dobby and I like...
Say Dobby.
Yeah, Dobby. And some of the battles. And I was just kind of like, what the hell's going on?
Dobby.
Dobby's that stupid dopey looking troll, like midget thing with the big ears.
It's Dobby. Not Dobby. He's not a surround sound.
No, I said Dobby. D-O-B-Y, right?
No, Dobby.
Oh, Dobby. Oh, okay.
Dobby.
Is it Dobby or Dobby? I thought it was Dobby.
Because he says it himself. He says, like, Dobby's Harry Potter's friend or something.
I always hear Dobby. It's Dobby. He gave Dobby clothes.
You always say it, and you're trying to correct him, and it might not be the right way. Let me see.
I don't know. That's all I remember is Dobby. And like shooting blasts at each other.
That's the way I know people that pronounce it. They call him Dobby.
Well, I bet you in
Maybe
the UK way of saying it, which is probably the right way of saying it, is a
Dobby.
different way.
I think it is Dobby.
Dobby. Right?
Suck my
Let's keep it running. A tab. Dobby.
Come on.
I mean, does anybody care about this show or not?
no. I did.
Yeah, I just don't know enough about Harry Potter, so I'm not ever gonna watch it.
I was a closeted Harry Potter fan for a long time.
Like, make fun of you or something?
Huh?
Because people would make fun of you for being a fan.
Oh,
Dobby.
yeah. I was just like,
Dobby.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
yeah.
I have stuff like that too.
Harry Potter, that's stupid. But now I'm like, fuck
That's
yeah,
stupid.
Harry Potter.
I see it's pretty cool, but
I don't really care about what happened before the main stories and what happened after. Like the Cursed Child book is not great. It's not a great story. Not that well written. I don't care what happens before all this. So I'm not that interested. But if they get a good cast, and depends on who's behind it, I might give it a watch.
yeah, this is something about in between. I don't know, but I heard some people are already annoyed. But that's with everything, I would say.
Well, I think it has to do a lot with the author just coming out and just, I guess, changing things after the fact. Oh, this character's gay. Oh, this person was this the whole time, but you never put that in the book. Well, it's true now, and there's a lot of stuff. And she's always come out with new stuff every other month and year. Around.
You can't be changing stuff like that.
Yeah, and fans are pretty diehard and mean as it is. So you start changing stuff that they love, they don't like change.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, yeah, because they fell in love with it one way. It's like, why would you change all that?
Yeah. Again, I
like
know
the
people
Star Wars, Lucas changing the songs. And I was like, come, you can't change that song. The hell, are you nuts?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's your property. You can do what you want, but at least make the original available.
Is it her property? It's Warner Brothers now.
Well, now, but
he's talking about Lucas, right?
Yeah.
Or like when he was in control of it or whatever.
And when he was full control, he's like, "This is the version I want you to see, and you can never see the originals ever again, ever."
Yeah. Like, dude, no.
Like, stop it! Don't be a dick. But we are where we are now. But we'll see how it goes.
And the versions on Disney Plus are the new ones because I went to watch Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah,
and they replaced Jabba's music scene. I was like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah, I remember you were like, these are good, and I'm like, that's like the 10th version. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I turned it off after that.
Yeah, this parts I just wish you just left alone.
But... You guys are pansies.
No, that matters a lot.
You're on this pocket, so you're a pansy as well.
You don't have a preference?
I don't.
Doesn't.
I barely remember like the classic Star Wars, so.
Oh my God.
For someone who knows everything about the Clone Wars,
brother man.
That's the Clone Wars. That's New Age stuff, my friend.
It all ties in though.
Yeah, but it's not like the movie. That's just cosmetic stuff. That doesn't have anything to do with the story.
No, they changed the whole audio and the whole scene.
Yeah.
The whole emotion, the whole nostalgia,
the whole
everything.
Emotion.
Yeah, as stupid as it is or funny. I thought it was
talking about right now? What are you talking about right now? With the thing singing?
The club music.
What are you talking about?
With the
new
singing?
music sucks. The CG is and the character is stupid. It ruins what it was. So
we're talking about a scene that happens very early on in the third original movie. Oh, get out of here! Stop.
Oh, dude, it matters.
Stop. I will
change, like, if you change some of the aliens that are standing around, sure, but this is different, man. You're taking over the whole movie for 2 minutes to sing this stupid song that nobody likes or wants.
But
and you're like, too bad deal with
anything.
Like, you can't watch nothing else. You can't watch how it was. Yes, it does, because the song is more upbeat.
It's really like jarring. I mean, like,
it's like having a party in there.
That's like one. No, there's like one. Right. That's like one part
of
it sucks. Changes, but like the issue is a lot of people it takes them out of like they're sitting down going, oh, I remember this as a kid, and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
there's a terrible
takes you
Jabba
out.
walking around, a terrible CGI talking to Han Solo for no reason that doesn't add any context, or going in
Yeah,
there and changing Greedo shooting first when the bullet goes that way. It's not even close to Han.
that's the most classic thing ever.
Like those weird little changes that like takes you out of that moment. It's hard to get back into it. I
Yeah.
understand that. Again,
Well, at least give the option if you want to do that. I mean,
again, like a lot of this wouldn't matter if he were to be like, here's
right.
the original as is when they came
Just-
out, no
Just
problem.
ignore it happily and move on. But no, you're forcing it down my throat, and I don't like that scene.
Yeah. So like that's like saying, hey,
Let's replace the Sesame
Yeah.
Street theme song and play a completely different.
No. Don't
No.
compare that to the
That-
Sesame Street
But it
song.
means this. It means
Because
a lot to people.
Because that's the main song, dude.
All right, tell me one thing. Give me a good childhood movie that you love, that you would love to watch with Elena one day. Give me a movie, and I will change a scene
I don't
for
have
you.
one.
A small
I
one.
I don't have one.
I will change a scene for you, and you tell me if it matters.
I don't have one.
Okay, how about if you're gonna show her Phantom Menace and they change the Darth Maul fight scene music? George Lucas is like, nah, I don't want this song no more. That was stupid. Or he's mad at John Williams and he's like, fuck John Williams. I'm gonna change this.
Dude, okay, but you're talking about a climax of a movie compared to a beginning scene of a party scene of a gangster.
It's not just one scene. There's a lot of different things.
Well, we're talking about one scene right now.
One scene right now.
No,
But yeah, he did make other changes. That's true.
There's a lot of changes. Like
Of course, there's a lot of changes.
But you're like sweeping it under the rug, like, oh, that doesn't matter. You're being
It
stupid.
doesn't happen
like,
already.
He's an apologist. This guy goes, as long as they make what I like, they can make it shit. I don't care.
It didn't make it shit. I personally like the redone ones. The CGI needed redone.
Oh wait, how about
Batman
this?
vs Superman.
Can I ask you one question? Do you like that they changed the Force Ghost to young Anakin instead of old Anakin?
So
I could see both ways almost on that.
I can see both ways too, and I understand where someone will get mad at it, but
because he reverts back to his good self. Why would he remain his like old mean self? I guess.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
their explanation is that's the last time Anakin was actually good, so that's why he reverts back. Yeah, I would admit that one's probably unnecessary. Just wanted to get Hayden in there.
I could see why almost. It's just, yeah, it's hard to say because the jarring part is that you watched it one way and now it's a different way. So it's
but
like,
let's be honest. The
it's not
main
incorrect.
the main reason why they put Hayden in there is to connect it to the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason why they put him in there.
It makes more sense. But it's just like, if your brain didn't see it that way as a kid, then you're like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Oh, they changed the Endor music too. I don't like that either, man. Come on.
The Endor music? See, I can't remember the Endor music, dude.
The Victory theme song. It's different.
I'm gonna have to go on YouTube.
How could you really change that song? What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm gonna have to go back. I know in
check those out because I think it's different, man. It's just not as good.
I know in Return of the Jedi they added like Naboo in there and all that as like a celebration scenes.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
But like, I mean,
it made sense to show more areas of the galaxy, but
like there's good stuff and there's bad stuff, and like it's that you could compare this to probably like.
I think they showed Jar Jar at one point.
Yeah, real close, like real far away. You could compare this to a celebrity that has too much plastic surgery. I mean,
well, but if you don't care about celebrities like that, then
I personally don't care about the music like that. I mean, I do because I do care about the music. I just don't remember the music.
Well, certain ones you don't care about. Like you care about the Darth Maul one, which makes sense. It's a big moment. It's an epic song. It's not like some stupid party
But
song.
like Jabba the Hutt, like I always took it like he's having a party in there. And if I'm not mistaken, doesn't the music start after he gets Han? Like he's celebrating.
No, actually, after he gets Chewie, he already had Han for a while.
Oh, so after he gets Chewie, so even better. Now he has.
Then he's like, "Yeah, it's party time. Look at me, I got my stuff." Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't really be mad at that because I could understand why they did it.
He also changed the Cantina music in the first movie, which is like, how dare you do that?
What did they change with that?
Yeah, a totally different song, I think.
No, they didn't. Now you're exaggerating. That's the same
No, I
song.
think it's true.
That's the same
I
song.
think it's true.
I just recently watched it. That's the same song.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that song.
Change Han Solo scene. Okay, I might have to rewatch that, but
Maybe I'll rewatch it too, but I'm pretty sure that's the same song.
man, I wish I could look it up real quick.
That's the iconic one. You can look it up. It's called YouTube. Let's move on.
Okay.
Sonny, you want to go or me?
Did you even go?
I guess I'll go. So I don't know if you guys heard about all this craziness with stock and all that. I don't know if you guys finally fell into the hole and started stocking and all that and shit like that. I personally not. Well, I did download the Robinhood. I'm about to... Sorry, guys. I did download the Robinhood app, but with all this craziness happening, it wouldn't let me trade anything. So
they blocked it.
But apparently, AMC raises $917 million. Bankruptcy said to be off the table. When I read this, and I felt like I brought this up at the last podcast, but I guess I didn't, because I think this came out on a Monday. Yeah, this came out Monday, so it's the day after. I don't know if this has anything to do with the stocks. I think it does. That the stock, even though the stock raised up to $20, I think, or something like that. I guess it was enough to kind of help AMC. Now, I mean, the theater still isn't open, so we'll see what happens. But as of right now, it looks like bankruptcy is off the table, and AMC is living to see other movies premiere in their theaters. So that's kind of cool.
I think Robinhood also blocked AMC stocks and some other failing businesses so that the same thing doesn't happen.
Yeah, so...
The rich people are mad that the peasants were able to pull one over on them.
Yeah. So
that's what it sounds like.
And GameStop is still pretty high up there. AMC, I think last time I checked, was like at $20 still or something like that. So
it's so funny though. Like people were like, man, there was so much with this stuff. Like people were like, oh, isn't it ironic that a company called Robinhood is forbidding the poor from getting rich?
All right.
Yeah, so
it's just funny, man.
This is
unprecedented like greed and ridiculousness going on.
Just greed at its finest, and people will.
They do that normally.
I'm glad
they do that every day.
I'm glad. Well, the difference is that it's technically open to everyone. Like if you lose your money, you lose it. That's like if you win, you win. You lose, you lose.
Yeah, except this time though.
They purposely said you cannot buy, you cannot trade, you can only sell these specific ones. And the hedge funds, from what I understand, the hedge funds, they shorted the market by saying that the point's going to drop low because a lot of people were afraid, like, we can't buy or sell. What's going on? We should probably sell now and get out while we can. So when it hit that low number, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, woof, it like I think it was like $78 billion were exchanged through this deal of just like
I think they'd lost $70 billion or something. And then
there was there's like 70 billion traded somewhere, lost, gained, or some way, some form, or something like that. And it's just
no, it was an infuriating story. The Reddit guys who came up with it, they didn't make a lot of money though.
Oh, not those, yeah.
Oh,
because I think they bought the shares like at $3 or $5.
Yeah.
And then their value shot up to like 200 or 300 per share.
On May 29th, the share was at $7. So if you took your
2020,
yeah.
Okay.
If you sold, or I'm sorry, if you use your stimulus check of $1,200 on May 29th and put it in there, you would have had $115,000 from I want to say
when it got to the highest point.
Like the day before it got the highest. I think the highest was like about 4 something before they blocked it. If you sold at the highest, you would have had like $100,000.
That's very interesting.
I personally would have sold it the day before Robinhood stopped it. I don't know what told me to sell it or anything like that, but I didn't play the game.
Yeah.
I don't pretend to know a lot, so that's why I kind of stayed away.
I don't either.
I think the thing that annoys me most about this whole thing that happened this week was that everyone became William Belfort. Everybody. And that's
Who's
what kind of the guy from
Wolf of Wall Street.
yeah. Everybody
Yeah.
became him, and that's what kind of
Yeah, I know, right?
me.
Yeah,
So,
me too. I just got tired of hearing about it. I was like, oh my god.
and I kind of got mad that I didn't get into it, but then also, I mean, no one knew this crap was going to happen.
Dude.
Unless you're really deep into Reddit and you came
Yep.
across this.
And stocks. You really need to know what you're doing. You can't just fuck.
Not even stocks, man, because I know a couple people that
know a little.
But I know people that play with stocks, and no one saw this coming with GameStop.
It's pretty unprecedented. I don't think it's ever happened.
I think it's happened one time.
Okay.
Happened one time, but still.
They kind of like they bet on the fact that they were betting that they were gonna fail, so they were like reverse bet. You know, it's weird. It's like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so essentially, this is what happened with the housing market back in 2009, I think, believe it. Like,
yeah.
I
saw on iTunes that The Big Short jumped really high up on the list of.
Because I mean, that's
movies.
That's where I started. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, everybody wants to know now about this.
And then the next big thing now is cryptocurrency. So the main popular one is Dogecoin, which it was supposed to be like a meme cryptocurrency, kind of like a joke.
Yeah.
But now
no longer Bitcoin then?
No, Bitcoin is the one. Like.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bro, like, let me look up how much Bitcoin costs. Like, I think it's like 33,000.
One Bitcoin is 33 grand.
One Bitcoin is 33 grand. The one that I'm talking about, the joke one that is now supposedly becoming the next big thing, Doge, it's actually dropped a decent amount, but it's not. It's at 3 cents, and people think it's going to get to $1 sometime in this year.
Never know.
So that's what everyone's saying to kind of invest in. I kind of find it funny that the main, like the mascot of this coin is a Shiba. So I think I'll buy some just to see what happens. In 2010, Bitcoin cost $5. If you would have had some now, it would give you $200,000. So
it said in 2010 it was $5.
2010, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody was even at this. Bitcoin never really reached the masses until like maybe 4 years ago.
Dude,
5 years?
I remember I was working at Blockbuster. Yeah, my manager or my supervisor on duty was telling me about Bitcoin, and I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I still don't. I've read up on it, listened to videos. I still kind of don't. I understand how they get found and generated and stuff. I just really don't understand the whole thing, though.
But what's
Same
funny
with the stock thing. I mean, I kind of understand, but there's certain things, concepts and stuff I just don't understand.
What's funny, though, is that this Blockbuster guy, his name was Lewis, so if Lewis listens to this, I don't even think he bought any Bitcoin or maybe he did, and that's why I don't talk to him anymore. But it'd be interesting because he called.
It'd be funny if he told you about this and like one day after you got paid at Blockbuster, you're like, I'll buy 20 of them, and then you forgot for like 12 years.
I wish I could forget.
And now it's worth 200 grand.
Oh my god, I wish I could forget that shit.
That'd be hilarious. Like, oh yeah, I bought some back in 2011.
Let's move on.
Yep.
Sonny.
Godzilla versus Kong is already breaking records in the trailer aspects. Warner Brothers. It is one of the best performing viewed trailers yet. The Batman currently stands at the DC fandom teaser trailer stands at 27 million.
You're welcome.
Godzilla versus Kong stands at 40.3 million views in the first in the first day or two. It racked up 15.8 million views. A lot of people getting hyped for this movie. I think Dune is only like at, I want to say 10 or 12 million, maybe 20.
It's 4 times that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as of currently we are recording, that's the numbers are like 40.3 million views for this trailer. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm hoping that
Awesome.
means something, because then people are willing to spend money to see it either in theaters. If people get the shots and there's places that are open, they can go see it, and it brings in high numbers in HBO or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, right?
I want more, just like more monster stuff in general, kaiju stuff. Maybe this is what people want, or maybe there hasn't been a big blockbuster movie that people wanted to see that was just fun, and the trailer looked fun. So there could be a lot of different contributing factors, but
it looked better than I ever thought they could. It looked so damn good.
Yeah, I'm gonna test that to Adam Wingard, the director. Now hopefully he can bring that style to life, because he did Your Next, The Guest, and movies. He's definitely like a film nerd, and he loves like those, like again, like The Guest it has a lot of neon colors, a great like 80s synth style soundtrack, and it's very bright, colorful. Your Next is a really fun horror dark comedy film.
Yeah.
And then he did a couple shorts for, I think, VH1, not VH1, VHS Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like his story wasn't the best in that movie, but it was solid enough.
Which one was it? Do you know?
It was the eye, the guy that gets the eye transplants and he can see ghosts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess just fun fact, the like the New Haven, I think it's called, the one with the cult and the demon baby and the goat head and all that. That was the director of The Raid who did that one. That's like the thing that's the best one of all three movies.
Nice.
But anyway, Adam Wingard, hopefully they let him kind of do his thing, because like I can kind of see his influence from the camera shots where like Godzilla's like climbing on the boat. It looks really like visceral and close up. It looks like a really beautiful shot. You got the him shooting up towards the boat, and that light and Kong is jumping up there. You got that
awesome shots.
Teaser. I don't know if it's Tokyo or Japan or San Francisco, but they're downtown, and there's like neon lights on all the buildings and all that kind of stuff. So there's like hints of him in there. I just hope that he can continue that throughout the whole movie, because I mean he was pretty much unknown to like the masses when he got this movie. So we'll see, like control or some control, but I want this movie.
It looks freaking beautiful. It looks so good. And it got pushed a week because of Justice League, right?
That son of a bitch.
Supposedly.
So they're gonna do both. They're gonna do those back to back, one week after another.
Might as well. I mean,
that's crazy.
You don't have to pay.
Giant movies, man.
You don't have to pay extra to watch them. So just
go
watch Justice League first, and then they'll be like, oh man, I don't have anything to watch. Next week is
that's insane.
So
Justice League and Godzilla the week after. Holy crap.
Yeah, and HBO actually has the second Warner Brothers film out now. You can watch for a month.
The Little Things.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, tomorrow, right? Or no, today.
No, today. I'm watching that right after we're done with this. Hopefully.
YouTube doesn't stop telling me about it.
So
it's like I don't know how many times I've heard it. It's the little things that get you caught. I'm like, all right, man, I understand. I'm gonna watch it. Don't worry about it.
God damn it, Jared Leto.
Like, all right, Denzel, shit, man.
Do you have any more news, or you said you were done?
Who, me?
Sonny's our Frank's son. Wait, before we move on, I want to ask this question to you guys.
Yes.
Can this movie be a bigger flop than Batman vs. Superman? Or, I'm sorry, not a flop. A disappointment to the fans more than Batman vs. Superman?
I don't think so.
You don't think it can be a bigger disappointment?
No, not at all.
Why?
I feel like Batman Superman has a wider appeal than even Godzilla and King Kong. King Kong and Godzilla have a pretty big reach, but I think Batman
Well,
Superman.
what I'm saying is the fans, like the people that this movie is made for. Can this be a bigger disappointment than it was for the fans of Batman versus Superman or the
Nah.
fans of Batman? You don't think so?
And the
How?
reason why I'll agree with Frank is just because Frank likes Godzilla. He likes this kind of stuff, but he's not like a diehard fan, from what I understand.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm wrong, but
I agree.
um, a lot of people were like with King of the Monsters, were like, you know what? It gave me awesome fight scenes. It gave me cool like light shows and looked gorgeous and had these cool scenes. I'm
Mhm.
happy. That's what I wanted. That's all I need. Frank is again. Frank's in the middle, so he's like he's not quite the general audience, but he's not quite die hard. He wasn't too happy with the film. I fucking love that movie. Um, I absolutely love it without a little hints and details. The actual canon stuff that they put in there. Like if you don't know what it is, then like why is he from space? Because he is
Mhm.
Subject Zero, the twins and all that kind of stuff. Like it's all
Yeah.
in there. And like if you don't know what it is, it's cool to see. But I was like, yes, they got twins in somehow. Uh,
The
so
twins.
yeah, I think the diehards, just as long as they actually have them fight at some point,
They'll be
and
happy, right?
it's supposed to be like a solid 5 minutes uninterrupted fight scene, that will probably go like, you know what, that was worth it.
I think
I'm
part of it is that they're monsters. Like, Batman and Superman are people. Maybe not both human, but they're people, and the story around it's a lot more of that. Whereas these movies could get by on like, oh, we have to track this thing, and we have to get to point A to point B, or we have to figure out the frequency for something, and that's enough to have giant battles. And you're not going to hear King Kong say something stupid to Godzilla and say,
yeah.
"Why'd you say Mothra?"
So I disagree with both of you. I think this potentially could be probably a bigger disappointment to the fans of these franchises.
But
Just a simple fact, I think there could potentially be too much going on. If you go to the trailer and you look at the breakdown, there's some rumor that maybe Mechagodzilla shows up, and then we got the whole idea of King Ghidorah's head from the last movie that's going to show up somewhere, and then we kind of have to explain why King Kong is around with Godzilla and stuff like that. So I'm almost scared that there's going to be too many moving parts. And then, yes, we are going to get some crazy fight scenes. I think that's what you could kind of guarantee is that we're going to get great
yeah,
fight scenes. But I think where it's going to fall short and kind of where all these movies have kind of fallen short, and not to follow their own, I think it's the fall of American cinema for monster movies because but I think where it's going to fall is the story, where it's not going to have enough time to tell the story. Because when these movies are in Japan and all that, I mean, these movies are long as heck, and they get to cover everything,
King of the Monsters wasn't a good story either.
and that's
I'm
why some people didn't like it.
so like this is like that aspect. Now this was the Gamera movies. Yes, there would be a high expectation. The three movies of Gamera in the '90s were like the greatest monster movies ever made. The humans were good, the story was great, the action was awesome, everything was built well. Godzilla, in general, majority of stories, the human story, the actual story that get them there is not that important. It's very half-assed. It's very, hey, we
Hmm.
made this really cool movie, and now we're gonna rest on our laurels, and now we're gonna bring back Mechagodzilla. Oh,
Yeah,
Space Godzilla, and the human stuff was never really a thing that people like wanted to see the movie.
but
They wanted to see the
but
monsters,
but for
and
Japan, it was
with that.
about monsters, not for American cinema. American cinema, it's about the people and then the monsters.
It's so weird. I just don't
Uh,
get that mindset because I'm like, dude,
like
come
I
on.
don't agree with that because if you go back and watch some of the OG Godzilla films, he doesn't show up or much doesn't happen with him until like the last 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. It's all
Yeah,
humans.
there are a
Oh
few where he's like, where the hell is he?
yeah,
Well, you just said it's half-assed. Those Toho movies, the human elements half-assed.
But I think the bar is just lower for this. Like, we already know
like
those movies are cheesy and they're old and they're cool and there's fights, but no, I don't see how you could be disappointed. If you
you
get
don't
your
want
fights and you get a decent
yeah
narrative, that's all, man. There's not, it's not the same, I think.
But see,
yeah
the
like
point is, King of the Monsters was a decent narrative, and you didn't like it, Frank.
It was a bad narrative, not a decent one.
I think for a monster movie, it was good enough. Like
I guess so.
You didn't see a lot of humans, in my opinion, more than.
It was more the characters and the execution than the narrative. Because I mean, I guess it's serviceable. It's a interesting concept with the whole frequency thing
And you weren't the only one. I think a lot of people really didn't like King of the Monsters. It didn't get the greatest rep out of everything.
Yeah. The monsters were cool and the fights were cool, but it's not enough. I guess it wasn't enough. I don't know, but it was.
And that could happen with King Kong.
It's true. It
Kong
could.
versus Godzilla, and that's what I'm afraid of.
A bigger disappointment than Batman vs Superman? No.
Yeah, but you don't like Skull Island, even though that's probably like the most fun version of a monster movie. But you go,
Dude,
no,
that's the greatest movie. I love Skull Island.
Well, because I don't like Kong. I'm not a fan of Kong. I watched it because it was part of Godzilla. I'm gonna watch it again.
Oh, I got an idea.
Kong versus Godzilla comes out again. I'm gonna watch all 3 movies. But the reason why I didn't like it is because I'm not a Kong fan, and I think that stems back when the original Godzilla versus Kong won, and I always hated him for that.
I could see why, but I would say if you weren't a Kong fan before and Skull Island couldn't make you a Kong fan, then you'll never be a Kong fan.
Oh, I'll never be a Kong fan.
Because it was really like gave a lot of layers to Kong. Like, I mean, he's not just a raging monster the whole time. He's got a backstory. This is like him becoming the king of his island. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, don't fuck with my boy Godzilla. He'll fuck you up. I don't fucking care. I'm already pissed.
Yeah, like both. Why is it like one of them has to be hated and one of them has to be liked? Because I like both. I don't want either one of them to lose. I want them to just team up and fight the other great bad guys.
I think it's more of like a sports thing. Like I'm loyal to my team, and I grew up with Godzilla.
Like, fuck your team, dude. Fuck your team.
And now Kong is trying to come up on Godzilla's territory.
Oh, okay. He's trying to claim he's the king. He's like, you ain't the king.
And then he died, and then Godzilla lost. Fuck that shit.
Oh man. I want to see your reaction, man, when he dies.
But I don't know, man. I think this could be a bigger disappointment because for me, man, like I get that Batman vs Superman was a disappointment.
Mm-hmm. It really dropped the ball. People were waiting for that forever. Forever.
I can't say that. Never
forever. People were waiting for that movie.
I don't know. I just think.
I think collectively, Batman and Superman mean more to people than Godzilla and King Kong do.
But what I'm talking about is like the true fans, not the casual fans. I'm talking about like the true fans. Can this be a bigger disappointment than?
Do you know any true fans who are happy with BVS?
I am. I'm all right with it. Like, is it perfect?
You're all right with it, but you don't love it.
Out of all the movies, I've seen that one the most.
But for something called Batman vs Superman, you should be more than all right with it. That's what I'm getting at. So it's like, how could it ever disappoint you more than that? Like, I don't understand that. To me, it's not even a question.
Because it goes back to the other podcast that we had. Zack Snyder's universe wasn't fleshed out. Like, that had a lot of open ends. And for the most part, out of all the Zack Snyder universe ones, that's my favorite movie. And that's not saying much, but
all right, or
what?
There's only like right? It's like just Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, right?
And then Justice League.
You know what's weird is
Justice League. So like you're talking about the
84
movies.
And no, there's a whole bunch. There's Justice League
before Justice League, because that, like, the Batman vs Superman killed a lot of the hype for Justice League. Now you take Justice League, Wonder Woman 84 out. There's only Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. That's why it's so disappointing that we got there so fast and they dropped the ball, because they're like, we got to get there. We just got to get there.
I would prefer that. I prefer Batman vs Superman over Wonder Woman 84, Aquaman, Josh Whedon's Justice League, and I feel like I'm missing one other one. Oh, Suicide Squad. I'll watch Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition, every single time.
I mean, those are pretty shitty movies anyway, so yeah.
Like,
It's
it was
like,
a better.
would
that
I want to
whole
watch a
universe
5 out of
was shit,
10
man.
or a 4 out of 10 or a 2 out of
It's
10?
it's the
I'll watch
best
the 4.
out of a pile of shit.
Well, yeah,
King of the
and
shit pile.
those are high praises. Congratulations, that's a great movie.
just
Well,
like I would probably
84 is so
watch.
now that I think about it.
I would probably watch, even though the original Godzilla was better reviewed. Maybe I'll watch King of the Monsters over original Godzilla. I'll definitely watch it over Kong, or Skull Island, I should say. I don't know, man. Like it, I just feel like it has that potential. It has that potential
To be super disappointing.
to be
Sure.
super disappointing. And this is what it's almost following the same formula, because in the trailer it hinted at Mecha Godzilla. And what
It didn't really hint. It was like right in your face. Like if you pause it at the right time, it's like, oh shit, there it is.
and not even that. If you pause it with one of the characters, you see something in the background of charging, and it looks like a fucking Godzilla mechanized.
That's
I didn't notice that.
No, there's another scene. There's two scenes. You're right on the first one where there's some destruction, and you see something coming through with lights on its chest. It almost looks like Green Ranger's Dragon Zord. But with Batman versus Superman, what did it do? It fucking gave away Doomsday right away. So then you automatically knew they were gonna fight each other, or I'm sorry, they were gonna team up and fight Doomsday. Like, I don't know.
That's dumb. Yeah, they really. Why give that away, man? Come on.
Like, we know this isn't Godzilla. And even in the trailer, it even says Godzilla for some reason is hurting people. Don't say that in the trailer. Just make it bad. That's Godzilla.
Trailers are horrible these days. I hate watching trailers.
Well, so,
I've been saying that for years.
Well, it's weird because like this trailer by itself would have been fine, but like this movie was supposed to come out a while ago. It's been pushed back so much that all the leaks that people talk about, we've known for at least 6-7 months already. We forgot about them.
Oh, I didn't know about any leaks. I didn't look it up. The only leak I knew about was Frank's toy.
Yeah, that one, and then like I mean, like there was a lot of stuff leaked already about it. It's just we forgot about it. But
what scares me more is that they shot their load in the trailer with the action, and it's going to be like an hour and a half of talking in between these fights we already saw.
That's what I'm
great.
saying,
I get to watch this fight again. Oh, great. I love it. Yeah, man. I think it could, but it won't reach that level.
No, because like again, like
shot down an entire cinematic universe. This is, this is something else. It would be definitely a disappointment, but
again, like did they fight a lot in King of the Monsters? No, but were the scenes awesome? And were they like? I'll always remember that scene where he comes out of the clouds. I'll remember when he's on top of the mountain. I remember these key scenes in the film. Absolutely, those are ingrained in your head as a fan of these things. If they even if they follow that same concept, it's going to give exactly what a lot of people, I would say majority of the people that saw King of the Monsters actually like. And if they stick with that model, and again with this promise of the 5-minute fight scene, that'll probably topple anything that's been shown in these 3 movies combined.
Yeah, because the fights in this trailer look better than anything in King of the Monsters. There was a lot of cutting away. There was a lot of punch once, slap once, shoot once, and then it cuts again. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ! Let them fight, please.
Somebody watched Peck and said, "Let's put them in a neon city." I'm like, yes, perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I just hope it's good. That's all I can say. Both of these, I mean, that could be a really slap in the face if both of them suck.
I mean, is the potential there? There's always the potential there with something that has a hardcore fan base. If you don't do it right, or you just you don't give no 2 shits about it. Absolutely, it's always there. But
every time I think DC is gonna do okay, they fuck it up. Like 84, I went in optimistic. I was like, oh, this could be good. This could be cool. The opening scene, oh, that's cool. And then it's like, oh, damn it. At the end. Like they did it again.
I got bamboozled.
I guess for free, so I didn't really get bamboozled, but I got disappointed, though.
All right, let's move on. I'll say the next piece of news because it kind of ties in with Zack Snyder and all that, and Justice League and comparing. Zack Snyder Cut officially being released March 18th. I think we already talked about this. Just kind of talking about Godzilla. So I'm excited for that. I don't think we have to spend any more time on Zack Snyder. 4-hour movie.
$130 food box that you can order.
Probably by the time we're done with watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, Godzilla will be out. Godzilla vs. Kong will be out. Yeah, what was that thing you sent me, Frank? I didn't really look into it. I just saw $130. It looks like a mother box. No,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
It's like what are those food services where you can get food delivered to your house?
I'm sorry, what?
Like
Oh.
like
Grubhub?
Yeah,
no,
like
freezer meals, almost like refrigerated stuff that they give you a kit and you can make it yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll send you like
or something.
Themyscirian fire nachos with shrimp something for Aquaman and something Batman themed with snacks.
It's food?
Yeah, it's like a box of food for 2 people for $130.
I'll buy that.
That's why I was kind of surprised.
You kidding me? He will make it and he will watch the 4 hours and be like, I got a fourth
you
meal.
Gotta go read that again because it sounds funny. It's just like, I don't know.
Oh, I definitely
It's
gotta watch
supposed
that.
to be like a meal immersion at home dining experience is what they call it. And
that is kind of smart because you're gonna watch it at home anyway.
Smart, actually.
I get like a Justice League themed dinner, cook it up, watch the 4-hour movie, and just enjoy. Why get wings or pizza when
Make
you can
like a whole day out of it.
Yeah, you can make a whole day out of it, which is a pretty smart thing.
Ocean
But I do it.
trench, Icelandic cod and chips with trench dressing, Big Belly burger, which is supposedly a famous fast burger from the DC universe.
Sure.
Shows that my DC universe knowledge is not that deep. And Themyscirian fire snacks, and I think you get beers too. Cold Brow beer, which are 2 beers straight out of the DC universe.
Sure.
Exclusively brewed for Wonderland at home. And Jitters coffee, which is a cold brew coffee in a can. And you can get a vegetarian option if you like.
If you're into that sort of stuff.
And some other surprises that are really sensorial extras, they say. Yeah, and it comes in a mother box.
In a box.
I guess it's got some kind of texture to it. I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure it's a reusable box, so you get to keep the box.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's pretty good.
Two people, $130. 4 people, $260.
Oh God.
If you have a little party, hey,
and doesn't include shipping or taxes.
That's also true. Food costs more.
Yeah. So it probably comes in what you call it, with dry ice or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just thought I'd tell you about that.
I might do that.
What a crazy idea.
That's cool.
I'll look into it. I'm gonna see. I've actually kind of missed going to the theaters and going to a restaurant first and then the theater.
Yeah.
Or
you got 4 hours to eat it.
Big old tall thing of beer and watching Overlord.
Comes with a lot of stuff, man.
All right, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Sonny, you got another one?
Attacking the Show, an X-Play teaser trailer that was shown on either YouTube or Twitter somewhere in the world, confirms that 2021 return of the beloved shows. The G4 channel is coming back. We'll also have presence on YouTube and Twitch. No specific date yet in summer, but summer 2021, both shows will return. Arguably, actually, you can't even argue it. These are the 2 most popular shows that G4 ever had, even over Code Monkeys and Cheats and all those.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do you remember?
That was the early days.
I do remember Cheats.
Oh man, I remember Cheats.
Yeah, these were by far
It was great TV, man. I enjoyed that channel.
Until
I hope they can do a good job.
Yeah, man. Again, with like
the last year and a half was kind of crap, but
I mean, it had its moments, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, it had moments. Yeah,
they were ready to go bye bye. But I think Adam Sessler, I think, is coming back, or he coming back in some capacity. He was in some of the teaser trailers and talking about the show and coming back. So I don't know if he's gonna be a full time thing or he's gonna make like appearances here and there, just get like hype for it when it first starts.
Yeah, I think so because he's got a company that he does like
I think
gaming analytics or something.
I think like Olivia Munn said she'd be totally open to coming back. I don't know, like in a full time capacity or what, but
no, she's a movie star. Why would she come back?
Because why not?
She gets a surprising amount of roles. I mean, she was freaking Psylocke in X-Men.
Get your money where you can. Yeah, but I mean, she has been in a lot of stuff.
If she could do this like once a week, then
like once
might
a week.
as well rake it in or something.
Yeah, again, get your money. Fuck it.
Yeah, for sure. I think she
would. Get your money. Fuck it.
Get your money.
Fuck it.
You're too funny.
So yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with those.
Yeah, everything. See, what sucks right now is everything has like an air of, oh, I hope it doesn't disappoint me with it, and it's like double impact when it does, because of life. Yeah. But it's like, damn, man, I'm excited, but I don't want. I don't know how many times these things can disappoint me.
Sure. That's fair criticism.
So it was a trailer leak, or was it an official trailer?
No, it was like it was an official teaser. Just saying, the legend will return, dun dun dun, and then at the end they play that little thing. So I'm excited.
Sure.
Again, just be good. Just be good, please. Stop it.
Yeah, please do.
Do you have anything else, Manny? I got like two more pieces.
I got one more. So the last one, apparently, Mads Mikkelsen, who plays Hannibal on Hannibal, he has said during an interview that season 4 talks have been revitalized because of Netflix now having Hannibal on it.
I heard about that.
We shall see. I got hyped on the show. It was my.
Did you finish it?
I did finish it. I wish we got Silence of the Lambs, which we did not, and that is a rumor of season 4. But Red Dragon was all right. The seasons leading up were pretty good, and then Meds plays an awesome Hannibal, Dr. Lecter.
He does, man.
I'll take more gladly.
I guess it's a weird thing. I don't know if you know the difference, but do you know if the Red Dragon season was that more tailored to the Hopkins movie or towards Manhunter movie that came out? I want to say like 90s or 80s.
No, I think it was more tailored to Red Dragon, the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that movie. I didn't see Manhunter. I kind of got into it a little bit more once I found out that Manhunter was actually a Hannibal movie. But it does a good job. Like Hannibal, there was a season for Hannibal for that movie, and that was awesome. That was really well done, in my opinion. But the Red Dragon one, I mean, I saw Red Dragon, and this was pretty darn close to that movie. And I think Manhunter might be one of them, but I can't remember right now what Manhunter was really about, so I can't really say.
Okay, yeah, because it's been a while since I've seen both, but I felt like Red Dragon and Manhunter are based off the same story. Could be wrong, but I think it's the same story.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I never saw Manhunter because it didn't have Hopkins in it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That is a good movie from what I remember, but they definitely focus more on the doctor, the good Dr. Lecter, in Red Dragon, and Manhunter is more like a bit part. He's still very effective, but in Red Dragon, he's definitely more upfront with the character.
Manhunter, are they chasing Lecter?
No, he's helping the detective hunt down a killer.
The Red Dragon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a hybrid of the two.
Yeah, so I was just curious.
No, I think it was a hybrid of the two, to be honest. But like I said, the movie that was based off the book Hannibal and the one that we probably know, the movie, that one was very, very well done. The bad guy, the guy who has his face chewed off, who's played by Gary Oldman in the movie, whoever they picked, I forgot who they picked for the movie or for the show. He was really, really fun to watch and kind of scary, especially when the whole scene came where you see his face kind of getting chewed up and all that. And it was very graphic for being an NBC show, which I appreciated. Always forget it was NBC or USA. I forgot which one it was, but I really appreciated it. I think it was NBC.
I was even more surprised. I was like,
yeah.
What? They really put this on here? That's crazy. Yeah.
Like I said, I always hated the whole windshield wiper thing that they did for Will. Like he has his own superpowers and shit like that. But I didn't continue with it as much as the seasons went on, so it was fine.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, they need to. I think that show needs to give its rightful end, especially with Clarice TV show coming out. They should give that a nice ending.
Did you guys watch that show, Clarice?
I haven't.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. I don't think there's any Hannibal in there, so maybe not.
Yeah, so but who knows? It does take place after Silence of the Lambs, so who knows? But yeah, so hopefully we get that, or you more specifically, because I didn't catch up all the way, but from what I saw, it was a damn fine show.
Yeah, watch it, man. Like even Fishburne, he's in there, and I mean all the characters you don't really get tired of. Maybe you get tired of Will a little bit, but you don't get tired of all the supporting characters, which is very, very interesting. And even the victims, you kind of want to know how it got there and stuff like that.
Those victims are interesting.
With Clarice, what is that? An Amazon show or what? Who has
I think
that
it's
one?
like it's one of the basic channels. I think it's like it's either
CBS. I think it's CBS.
It's something. I can. Yeah. Well, we have the internet, but I'm not that invested in it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it because I just don't know how much it's going to really focus on Hannibal, and I really like Hannibal for that. But you would think it would have some.
I would think so.
Yeah.
We'll see. And we got anything else to add to that news article?
Nope, that's it.
I'll move on to my last two. Since I knew we talk about Nerd Geek and everything like that, I figured we'd talk about a little techie stuff for the tech nerds out there. Razr's new Viper 8.4 promises to be the fastest performing of any gaming mouse. Just name a couple of specs if I can. Here we go. 20,000 DPI sensor. It's keeping the improved mic from the 2020 version. It has 8,000 hertz, far higher than the industry standard of 1,000 hertz in the movement of the mouse. It's ambidextrous, so it doesn't have to be a left or right. It also has what's the one on this thing? It was like a double spring system to help make the clicking feel smoother. Either way,
it's pretty badass.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, it is a really cool big upgrades. Now, for someone who's not into that stuff, or maybe not into like competitive gaming, they're like, oh, so I moved the mouse just a little bit faster. That's the difference between second place and $1 million.
Yeah.
Those are really good numbers. It's supposed to be like basically no lag between the movement of the mouse and what you're aiming for. It's supposed to be a lot smoother and cleaner, a lot easier to handle. So, and I think it's it's right now the asking price is about $79, which is about the same price they did for the 2019 version of the Viper. So you get the upgrades for about the same price. So I think if you're
decent price.
Yeah, if you're a competitive gamer or you're looking to get like a better edge in gaming, so you can get to that tier. Definitely look to invest in the Razr's new Viper 8.4. So
Nice.
cool stuff.
Unexpected news, but pretty cool.
Yeah, try to
Nonetheless.
more because like the word nerd could span to so much stuff, even sports and cars and everything. It's just
I mean, it
more
definitely
news.
makes a big difference how quickly you can move it because, I mean, me and Manny were playing around with that. I know it's not the same thing, but with controllers on Cold War, we were changing our sensitivity. For a long time, I think we just left it at default, which was like
Right.
what they call a 4. And I think we bumped ours to like 7 or 8 already.
Yeah,
And
I think
obviously you
like,
can, aim a lot quicker.
yeah, it does. Like at first it's really hard to handle, but like
Yeah.
once you know what you're doing, it's like, oh shit, this is a lot better.
It's like, how did I ever do this before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was stupid.
It's
But
like,
yeah,
damn,
so
4 feels like a slug.
yeah, right. So keep an eye out for that. My last piece of news: the Bad Batch will reportedly appear in live action in Star Wars shows. We do know that they are coming out with a animated version of the Bad Batch, which takes place right after the Clone Wars movies, in
Episode 3.
the rise of the Empire.
Yeah.
Nothing's too confirmed on which one they're going to be on. If it's going to be come on like Mandalorian, maybe the Ahsoka show, or maybe even a different show or something like that. But the plans are to bring them to live action, so that'd be pretty cool to see
Yes, I would love it.
their armor in live action. Just see them being bad motherfuckers. So
Oh yeah.
that's pretty cool, exciting news. And
Yeah, man. I really hope so.
That's all I got.
Cool. Any more news in general?
I don't know.
Anybody?
Any last minute breaking news on your phones or anything?
No. I don't know why
Okay.
I'm gearing up, but no, I don't see anything.
Let's nerd out then.
Gonna nerd out all over the place. I'll go first. I really didn't have too much this week. It was kind of a shitty week, but
like shitty in general, or shitty because you didn't nerd out much, or just shitty.
Life sucks. Anyways,
I hear you.
I finished Samurai Jack.
Nice. What'd you think of the ending?
Damn, that shit felt like they needed like one more episode. But
yeah, there were some episodes where I was like, why'd you put this in here? Like, do we really need to wrap this up?
Yeah, I feel like I won't say I think everything was needed to a point, but I think they should have got 11 episodes instead of 10 because the ending felt rushed as shit. It was just like,
yeah, he was like, we only got one left.
Yeah, like, oh, we forgot. And I find that happens a lot with a lot of shows. They're like ending. They're like, yeah, we're gonna spend all this whole season building up, and then, oh shit, we got one episode left. Fuck, sorry, we're gonna cram it all in there. But with that being said, this is a hell of a damn good season. There's blood. If you know anything about Samurai Jack, the first 3 seasons, he's killing robots. And in fact, that actually plays into the story arc and his character, and we learn more about how he got to the situation he's in. It's really heavy stuff, in a good way. I always forget the theory, but someone back in the 80s, 70s, maybe even earlier than that, they had a theory about cartoon shows and kids. They said you can show them anything in the world, good, bad, or indifferent, as long as there's a happy ending. And I kind of believe that because, well, I don't know, believe, but I see the concept behind that because there's a lot of shit in here that's like, man, that's heavy, man, or like, why, like, again, I don't want to spoil anything. You haven't seen it. It's been out for a while, but not everyone has HBO yet. It just deals with like themes and stuff that is might hit close to home to some people, and at the end, it all works out at the end. Kind of like how superhero stories work, where it's what does Stan Lee call it? I think the illusion of change, or like the depiction of change.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean, but I don't remember.
Yeah, people I think skewed that concept where they're like, well, there's always gonna be superhero. They're always gonna do, they're always gonna do the same things. It's more of growing, changing, and going back to your, I guess, like your morals or your high ground. Like Batman's gone through a lot of phases in his life, but he always comes back to his old code and creed of not killing. Like it affects him a lot.
Mm.
He's done bad things. He's done good things, but like you always come back to the thing that made you a hero. It's happened to Captain America. It's happened to every single hero that there is. And with Samurai Jack, it falls in that kind of concept of he's defeated and beaten through something that happened, and it haunts him basically like PTSD. Like there's like past and it's really cool. And the way that he gets saved is through showing enlightenment through another character. They become friends. They become more than that. He gets saved and he's able to finally able to overcome his problems and move on with the story. Um, yeah, this is I wish the whole series was like this season. I think it would have been one of the greatest
Yeah.
shows ever. But the three seasons are still great. They're awesome. They're fun. A lot of good characters. But this one ties it all together really well.
Oh yeah. I think it
Def-
debuted before like Adult Swim, right?
yes.
So maybe that's why, he had to fight robots and no blood and stuff like that. So he couldn't tell what he really wanted to tell.
Yeah, probably. Because it was still on the network afterwards. But either way, well, and also cartoons have changed thanks to like Batman and Avatar and a lot of these other shows. Like they've been able to push the boundaries of stories for children, where now we can treat them like adults, and this show definitely is treating the audience like adults, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah.
I give this high recommendation. If you have HBO Max, go watch it. Watch the whole series. It does help if you watch it all. But the season 4, which is the last one, definitely feels like an old school samurai movie mixed in with like Western style action, I guess, or like visuals. But it feels like an old school samurai movie, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Good series, man. One of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it's solid. And then at the other thing I did this week was I decided to uninstall Warzone and reinstall Apex Legends, and I'm having really fun with it. Actually, I'm actually not too bad at it. You give me a sniper rifle, and I'm pretty damn good in it. It's fun. I like that they actually gave them a new map like 2 seasons ago instead of like 8 seasons later. Well, I'm being hypervolaic, but yeah, like you get to play between the old map and the new map, and they're both vastly different, and it does help to make the game feel different and nice and cool. It's fast paced. It's a lot more fast paced than like Warzone, even though Warzone now has like, from what I remember, like a smaller map you can fight on. This was doing that before that, where you're landing, and every time we're engaging. As soon as we land, there's just like, oh shit, there's a squad, there's a squad, there's a squad, there's a squad, and it's fun. You're in, you're out, it's fun. The abilities do change the game to like a good thing, because again, like you have to be very strategic with the characters that you pick and how you play. Um, yeah, I think again, like I would have been playing Apex from the start, but majority of people I knew were playing Warzone. But now everyone I know is majority playing Apex because I don't have Cold War, so I jumped over to Apex. And I think that's it for this week.
Do you play in groups or by yourself?
You can only play duos or trios.
Oh, okay.
So I just play trios.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of understands what to do. They know what character they are. They know how to play them, and we just talking pings, and it actually works out a lot of the time. So I'm having more fun with this. Well, then again, this is kind of new to me again, but I'm having fun with Apex again. And season 8 comes out, I think, like next month. So
yeah.
So new updates and stuff is coming to the game. So I'm coming in at a good time.
Nice.
That's it. Just been listening to some other podcasts and stuff, but that's really about it for this week.
Cool. Manny, you want to go?
Yeah, I don't really have much. I beat Last of Us. I don't think I beat Last of Us Part 2 last time. So I finally beat it. And I like the ending. At first, I think I was with everyone else where like I was kind of like dumbfounded and wasn't sure if I really liked the ending or not. But I think I actually did like the ending a lot. And I think it was a good end to the story that it was trying to tell. And then I started playing Red Dead Online. Not sure if I like it 100%. It's a little different, but at least I'm back into the world of Red Dead, and I just want to see if it's as special as what I remember. And then other than that, just kind of hanging out with Elena and just putting on stuff. She loves the TV show Bluey that's on. You can watch it on Disney Plus. We found it on a Disney Channel, but she loves the music and all that. And then for whatever reason, I was on TikTok and I was looking at this one TikTok about a family watching The Greatest Showman, and I was like, you know what, I want to watch this again. And
Jackman.
Yeah, and dude, that is one of my favorite movies now. Like I don't get tired of the songs, and Elena likes it too. Like she kind of sits still and just watches it while they sing and all that. And I got a couple favorite songs on that one. And then I've been watching a little bit more of Batman, kind of like just in the background. And yeah, man, I really like that HBO does put these the show in order. Like I'm convinced it is in order, and I kind of appreciate that. So yeah, that's about it. I don't think I'm missing anything else. Nothing crazy happened. Yeah, no.
I remember. I think it was Prime that with the Batman anime series. I think the second or third season they put the Batman Batman and Superman theme in the beginning of the show instead of the original one. Is that still with the HBO Max or is it?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
I'm still on like season 1 for the most part. I'm not watching it as fast. Like I'm trying to pay attention. I try to have it in the background so I could listen to it. But I haven't gotten there yet. So far, it's all the same intro.
Okay, cool. I was curious.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right, I guess it's my turn. I played the Resident Evil Village demo.
Oh, that's right. PS5 only, yeah.
Did you play it during the day?
No, this was at night when nobody's around.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I had my headphones, which is the best way to play because the 3D audio is pretty impressive. The visuals are good, but they don't seem like the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that could be because it's early, or it could be a combination that it's going to be on previous gens too. But it's a short demo. It's about 15 minutes. And I did like what they're doing here. It's definitely very different as far as the type of enemies. But it's mostly an experience. There's no fighting in it. You are just trying to figure out what... I don't really even want to tell you what you do, but it is creepy, and you have to figure out a way out of your situation, and you run into the vampires. So I did like the demo, but I would have to wait for reviews and stuff.
Right.
And I did feel the dread right away. I was like, oh my god. Like, to the point where you don't even want to go to the next room. That kind of stuff. Like, where you're like, I don't even want to open this door. I don't even want to, like, open anything. Do nothing. I just want to go hide in the corner.
Yeah.
But, pretty cool. I mean, I'll take a demo. Why not? Just try it out.
Yeah, why not?
It's very much like the last game where it's first person. So if you weren't a fan of that, I don't think this is going to change your mind in any way. So
Yeah.
the remakes are the third person. Well, those are cool. Those are more action oriented, like Resident Evil 2
Right.
remake. That was a very good game.
Yeah, because I think the creators of Village said that the demo wasn't what doesn't really express how the game is going to play. It's more of an experience to get you to
Yeah.
like feel like
It's like a
the
tech demo kind of thing.
immersion. Yeah, like the
Mhm.
immersion of the world and how it's going to work more than actual like play demo. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that's I would say it's a good sign because they're not showing you much at all of what's going on or what to expect. So I think that's pretty cool.
I definitely noticed the audio. It added a lot. Every little thing was just pronounced, and it's just creepy, really creepy.
Nice.
My last thing is two YouTube channels. They're related to each other. You guys have probably watched this before, but it's Comics Explained.
Yes.
So there's a sister channel now called Pop Culture Explained, and he said is he uploads twice a week, where they do one, like the one earlier in the week is more like just general stuff, like recently Twitch removed a meme
Mhm.
that's called Pog Collector, and he kind of just deep dives into like there's probably people who don't even know what a Pog is, so he'll be like, well, Pogs were before we had the internet and we were stupid and we were bored and we would collect these stupid ass things, and this is how you play, and this is who Pogmaster is, and this is why they removed it. And then the other thing they do is they upload a second time per week, and it's always following like something, a really popular show or movie. So right now they're doing WandaVision stuff. So I watched one of the videos and it was really deep diving into like Doctor Strange and Wanda and what the powers are in the comics and how that could possibly translate. It just gives you more context on all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I found it interesting. And the comics explain that stuff. It helps me like keep up with the stories without having to read them
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
I haven't been doing that much. But it does sometimes when they're good enough, then I will go seek them out. Like he explained the recent Ninja Turtle story, Last Ronin, and his explanation like made me want to read it, so I did. But there are some where I'm like, that's cool. I like that I was able to learn about it, but I don't need to go read it. So it kind of like gives me that information
Nice.
without having to go read it. But
And
yeah, that's it really. I didn't do a lot this week actually.
I will say you just brought back a memory with the Pogs that I forgot I had. I actually I used to play the Cartoon Network version online of Pogs. Uh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh shit. I completely forgot about those things. Wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of pogs. Did you ever have pogs, Manny?
I don't think so. How do you spell it?
Pogs.
Yeah, POG.
Pogs.
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 They're really stupid. When you look at them, you're gonna be like, "Wow, people did this."
Yeah, we had I
And
had
he
I
kind
had
of
could have.
he kind of addresses that in the video because he's like, "Yeah, it's like this is like a pre-internet thing that nobody's gonna understand."
Oh,
It's like,
these little discs.
Yeah.
yeah, and they had like stupid things on them and like
Yeah.
you like slam them down and stuff. It's kind of
Yeah, I
fun.
had a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
I
just
think
fun.
I ever had a couple.
There's some weird ones. It was just like really weird, but
You get the
anyway,
whole
that's what I've been doing.
unlocking memories. So that's cool, man. Sounds like we had
Yeah,
a pretty chill week overall, and
there's
none
a
too
ton of
exciting.
news, but not a lot of nerd outs. But that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's nice. Got to bounce out somewhere.
Hmm.
Um, well, if we have nothing else to nerd out about, I'll go into my quick spiel because next, we'll go into our spoiler review and talks about WandaVision episode 4. So, any last things to add before we sign them
Not
off?
me.
Nope.
If you would like to listen to the audio version of this podcast, you can head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any podcast app of your choice. type 3 Nerds on a Sunday will pop up. You want to watch the video portion of this podcast, you can go to YouTube, type in 3 Nerds on a Sunday again. To be up to date whenever the episode drops, which is on a Sunday. Times vary, but always guaranteed Sunday. Follow us on Facebook. And we post every now and then, and that's probably the best way to get hold of us if you wish to. Like, share, subscribe, rate, do whatever you got to do, because I'm still hoping that we can get enough viewers to convince Shudder to sponsor us at least once. So that's still my dream. So thank you guys for listening. If you're gonna hang around for the spoiler talks, remember we're gonna give you like a couple seconds to log off. Come back and we'll listen to it later. But we are gonna spoil it, so you've been warned. Thank you guys, and catch you next week.
Bye.
All right. Well, did you guys like it?
I liked it.
I liked it.
I liked it because now I think it felt like it was gonna welcome more people in.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Like Violet doesn't like the old black and white stuff, so she wasn't watching it. And I think episode 4 does enough where it recaps everything that happened and just kind of goes straight into the movie.
I think if this was episode 1, it would have been like, oh, it's MCU again. It wouldn't have been as interesting.
Yeah.
And it was a risk to do what they did, to spend 3 episodes how they did.
So just gonna touch on the episode itself real quick, so people, again, you've seen it, you're here, or if you're thinking about watching it, this episode basically we follow up to the events, the ending of episode 3, but instead of inside these TV shows, we're actually in the outside world with people going, what's happening? Why is this going on? We get to see the events happen from their point of view of the first 3 episodes that we see on screen. They're figuring out what's going on. At first they're like, oh, this town, no one knows it's here, and they don't even like think there's a town here. And then there's like a force field around it, and then that's when Sword comes in to investigate, because one of the young female child from Captain Marvel is all grown up in this, and she was one of the ones that disappeared in the blip, as they call it, at the end of Infinity Wars that turned into dust. She comes back because they defeat Thanos, and she's like, what's happened? What's going on? And then we come to find out that her mother is the one that started Sword.
Right.
She volunteers to go to this town to figure out what's going on, and then she gets sucked into it, and then that's when Sword brings all the guns, all the computers, all the people to be like, what's going on? Let's figure this out. And like I said, we get to see the those weird moments in the first 3 episodes that like broke the actual show, and kind of explains why it happened and all that kind of stuff. So that's the general gist of it. And at the end of this episode, we learn that again, there could be a twist later on, or there's still more to come, but this is Wanda's world. She's purposely doing this on purpose. And the implication is, unless it's not even an implication, she physically dragged the dead body of Vision to this town so that she can play out as a family.
And he's almost saying like we could leave, right? Like maybe I don't know. He keeps dropping hints like we don't have to do this, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I mean, maybe he thinks he's real, or like he's actually
maybe.
Again, since
that was creepy,
since we did talk about this last week, that she is birthed from a stone, maybe her being from a stone makes him believe he's still alive or something.
I don't think birthed from it.
He was birthed from it.
No, I don't think so.
She was born as a human, though.
Yeah.
She was exposed to it for a long period as a kid.
Not birth as in like out of a vagina, but like like
a stone vagina.
like the power, like
okay.
Like she was reborn into what she is now, where like the power either unlocked something or gave her something, and now whole different person. So I guess in a metaphysical way, I don't know. Words. Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoy this episode, but again, there's gonna be a twist or a bad guy or something more happening that we don't realize going on. But my interest kind of dipped a little bit for it because I'm like, oh, it's just her being a sad girl in the town going, leave, leave. I'm trying to have a family, and it just kind of like kills that. Again, currently where we stand because we can't binge the whole season. Um, it kind of makes me go like, oh, I'm less interested because it just kind of at this point is very
Because like explaining too much.
not explaining it, just the like I understand her reasoning, I do, and the image of him dead is very powerful, but
Yeah.
it's literally her just like running away from her problems into a fantasy world. That's it. Again,
What's
I
cool about it
guarantee
is that when she runs away from a problem, it's like some insane thing that could destroy, reality. But when we do it, it's like, oh, you're sad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, because like I don't know, because the trailers and everything built it like, oh, there's something sinister going on, and there
Oh,
probably
okay.
is, but it's just like, oh, it's her not wanting to be a part of this world anymore, or something
Yeah.
like that. Again, so far we still have like what 4 episodes left.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad we got a break from the normal part, and actually we learned a lot of new things. One of them being that she manipulates the broadcast,
Yes.
whereas not everything that actually happens shows up in the show.
Does she manipulate it or someone else does?
She, I believe,
You think so?
That's
because she was trying to
that's
hide what she was saying to Rambo,
yeah.
and when she threw out the window, I mean the wall, the reality, the
You
fake
mean
town or whatever it is.
shit.
Yeah, walls. I was like, man, that lady would have broken back.
But why? So here's the thing. Why would she hide it?
That's weird, right? Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
why bother hiding it? Why even broadcast? That's another question.
Well, that again, like yeah, there's still more to come. There's a twist,
Hmm.
at least. It's just what it is. I have no idea at this
I
point.
like the characters they chose to investigate this because it could have been very boring, where it's like that acting director guy and maybe like some other serious soldier types or tech type people, and it could have been pretty boring. But they picked, the doctor from the Thor movies who has been in that, and so she's always entertaining. And then the the other agent, I don't think he's with Sword, but he's in other Marvel stuff.
No, he's FBI.
Yeah, right. Oh yes, that's right.
But the funny thing is that there's an article about this saying the creators of Wandavision had certain rules of what characters they could work with
Okay.
and what characters they could not work with at all. And I think like Captain Marvel was probably a couple of them.
Like you can't just pick Nick Fury to show up, like
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
yeah, because
Well, that makes sense. I mean,
they're working their own
yeah.
storyline with them and all that, but they're like, so you can't have them, but you could have these two, and it's Kat Dennings and Randall Parker,
Hmm.
and they're like, or Randall Park, I think his name is, and then they're
Are
like,
those the MCU character names or their real names?
their real names,
Real names,
and
yeah.
then
Oh, okay, okay.
and
I
then the
thought those.
creator was like, oh yeah, most definitely I'll have them because they never really worked together either, so that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
No, that was great. I liked that. It was entertaining.
They work well together.
She's like, I need one of those old TVs, like not flat ones. It's funny. Smart ass comments. I don't remember the beekeeper. When they showed that in the recap, I was like, wait, what? The beekeeper? But it's kind of cool how things get transformed when, like, they revert to a state that makes sense with her reality, that her new reality that she's creating. So you don't get like 2020 technology seeping into her 50s world,
That was funny. It's like, oh, he's in a hazmat suit. He's a beekeeper, 100%.
And then they like look at him and they're like, what the hell?
Yeah. And then like with the drone, she had colored as Captain Marvel colors, and like we see that toy that she picks up. I think in the
I
first
didn't pick up
episode,
on that.
Yeah.
it was changed to look like
Oh, I
a
didn't even realize that. Cool.
toy from that era, and it's like it's like she's trying to stay in this illusion as long as she can.
Well, not only
Um,
that, it's Iron Man colors too, which was weird.
The red and gold.
Yeah, they changed the color.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It was and again like I always kind of feel like again so far they kind of confirmed what I was thinking with her and what we talked about like her building this fortress around this town because
Yeah.
if like throughout the episode she'll look at something and go no and then all of a sudden we like go back to like the normal Brady Bunch and style of TV
Mm-hmm.
like in a sense where why she was saying no or she's being very aggressive or like no you
Oh.
can't do it, it just confirmed everything thus far. Now the broadcast is interesting. That is still a mystery. That's like
Mm-hmm.
why would you do that or is it just like did she accidentally open up a portal? Because the reason I say that is there's a theory with time travel is that it's like frequencies in the air that if you were able to harness it, you can actually physically touch them. If
Hmm.
if if that makes sense. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so like
Like
so
like when they touch it, they get sucked in or whatever.
kind of like not sucked in, but like you can like you can build a machine that can harness these frequencies, and you're able to travel into that timeline kind of
Mm-hmm.
deal, in theory.
Oh. Mm.
Um, kind of like CB radio, where like you're picking up different signals
Oh, okay.
and stuff like that. Maybe they're going like that because they've always. I mean, it's hard science for them. Like everything's explainable. Like everything that happens can be explained with science in the Marvel universe. It's not just magic, or like in her case, it's just the stone has powers that we don't understand yet. So it turned her into something that we can't comprehend. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so everything's explainable. So
I almost
maybe
wonder if like Vision is pushing something out so that somebody will pick up on it.
maybe too. Like maybe somehow again, her being powered by a stone gives
Mm-hmm.
him uh, like a little enough juice in the body to like, hey, save us. There's some shit going down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is
Yeah.
interesting. Like that part is interesting, but
And I
I
guess
definitely want to see.
what was interesting is like they're trying to piece together who are the cast members, and it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
well, who are they? You figured out their names, but I mean, who the heck are they? Why did you pick these people? Where'd you get them from? I mean, it's like there's a lot still, but
Because I mean, the implication is that that town was always there. That she just walked into the town and said this doesn't exist anymore to people in the area, so they would leave her alone.
I
But
almost like took it she made a copy of a town and left the other one alone, but I could be wrong because then it's like where'd you get these people then?
I
Well,
could be wrong. But I mean,
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's just a
because
theory.
like because you said like these cops who live around the area says this is a town that's disappeared. This doesn't exist. It's not a real place. But to the agents, it's a real place. We're looking at the sign in the actual town behind you. How do you not know it's here? So
I
maybe
think
it's
he
all fake,
said that
it's
it was
real.
called something else.
Oh,
I
he's
think
like,
that's what he was saying.
I'm from East Haven, or
Yeah,
it's like,
Eastview or something, and this is Westview.
yeah,
But
Westview.
presumably he drove back to the real town, the sheriff.
Yeah, unless it is a
So,
real. So
so
yeah,
I think
it's
she created a second town. I don't know. That's my
I think
guess.
it
But
did. Like she put all this effort. Like I'm gonna copy this town. Uh,
um, yeah. Well, I mean, either way, I super enjoyed this episode.
what were you gonna say, Manny?
in what sense?
You were about to say something, but then I think Frank and I we kept talking about town, and then you
Mm-hmm.
kind of, so did you have a point? Do you want to bring up or?
No, I think it's going to be one of those where it's a slow burn. I don't think we're done knowing everything yet.
Oh yeah, no.
It'll be interesting to see if she really is a bad guy or a good guy, but
Mhm.
she could go either way. So it's going to be one of those things. I think this will probably be like Order of the Phoenix kind of thing.
I think
And
it's gonna be an accident, whatever happens.
yeah,
Like she's just can't control anything. So she's so fragile that something's gonna push her. Like they're gonna almost force her to give up this reality that she doesn't want to give up, and then she's gonna somehow cause something bad.
It's gonna tear a hole in
But
the
it's
universe.
not like out of evilness like Thanos.
Right. It's just more.
It's out of like I have powers that I can't control, and I'm not crazy, but I am psychologically very weak, and if I have a break, then I can cause really bad things to happen.
yeah. So I mean, this is gonna tie into like 2 movies, so it's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean everybody's saying this is gonna open up so many things potentially. Multiverses, mutants. It could be anything.
You mean the multiverse of madness? Oh.
And House of M is probably, the comic this is kind of based on a little bit, is probably one of the biggest changes Marvel Comics have ever gone through.
It was big.
It was a different change because mutants already existed there, but obviously it'd be different.
Oh yeah, no, well, yeah, you are right. I think House of M and Schism to a point where like stuff they really changed a lot of stuff that just hasn't that is still in effect now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Again, like, am I gonna like stop watching the show? No. And as of right now, like what they show in the first 4, I'm like, I'll keep watching, but I'm not like oh, I gotta watch it now, like I did with like Mandalorian or
I was on another level.
Bunch of other shows.
But
like,
I still on Fridays I'm like, oh yeah, I get to watch this. I'm glad and everything. But it's not like salivating, like, oh my god, that was the most amazing thing ever, anything like that. But it's very good though. I'm enjoying it.
To like have at the end of a week, just like, Marvel stuff is on today. Cool.
I actually grew an appreciation for the end credits because it's really cool visual abstract, like of RGB color patterns and how she's like creating images out of these particles of light and stuff like that. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're playing Jimi Hendrix and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool.
I think every episode is changing a little bit because this episode I noticed that vision. Yeah. I noticed that vision. Well, I think it was the beginning of the credits or something like that. But
like the shapes that appear.
Not so much the shapes. There's a scene. There's like part of it where you see a little bit of them. They show that vision, which I thought was interesting with that. So
Dang.
I don't know if that has something to tie in.
Yeah.
For sure, the commercials have something to tie in, and it's interesting that she sees the commercials, or Kat Dennings, her character, I forgot her name in Marvel, but that she sees the character or the commercials too, and she kind of looked past it, like they didn't.
She was like, "Oh, this is over." She's like, "Just coming back inside. Whatever. We failed or whatever." Right? That's what she said.
I think so. I think that's when the commercial started, and I thought that was.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. She did pretty much disregard that completely.
So we'll see.
It's funny.
Well, I hope that it gets kind of insane from here for the next 4, like are just like roller coaster. Like, let's go.
It will be very interesting. Again,
and what was a little bit annoying was like we didn't really move forward because it kind of ended where the previous one left off, where Rambo was on the grass, and it's like, oh, okay, well, and it's like you're just recapping what we already knew. There were interesting things like we talked about, and I did enjoy it and everything, but it's like the weekly format. I'm just like, oh man, I really want to know the next thing, like. You know what I mean? I guess that's a good thing, though. That means I'm liking it.
Okay. Yeah, man.
For me, this is kind of getting on that same level as Mando. Not excited like that, but I'm looking forward to this every single day, or I'm sorry,
Mhm.
yeah, every single week and every single day. I am looking forward to it, and I can't wait for the next one to show. So uh,
Hmm.
I'm kind of getting there. I appreciated this one because, like I said, I think it'll probably draw in more people watching to watch it,
Yeah.
um, and so it'll only make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I would definitely say if you have casual viewers or people who are on the fence, tell them, hey, you can binge watch the first 4 episodes now, and it's
Hmm.
a lot of stuff for you, and now you're all caught up, which helps. So if you have anyone on the fence or someone that's like, I don't know, and they can watch the four
That's a
back to
good
back,
point. Go
and it all
watch all
makes
4 right now.
yeah, it makes a lot more sense when you watch them back to back to back like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out. Check it out.
I feel like they changed the name of Sword, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. But that was
No,
one of my things. I was
you
like,
get
I
into
don't
it right
think that
now.
acronym is the same thing.
Get into it right now.
Because they in the show, no, sentient world observation. Oh, it is, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Sword watches the sky and Shield watches the ground. It's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, what do I think? And is there anything we missed?
No, it's a new acronym.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was never big.
Comicbook.com, they're the ones who said it.
Oh, okay. What's the
Yeah.
original?
The original. Oh man, I hate when they do this in these articles where it's like,
Yeah, you gotta read the
hey,
whole
read
thing.
these 6 paragraphs before I tell you what you came here for.
Journalism 101 and 102.
The original one is Sentient World Observation and Response Department, which is not what it is in the show.
Well, they technically did say that in the show because
Which
she
just makes
came.
more sense for MCU anyway. So I don't care. I'm just saying I
Oh, yeah,
noticed it was different.
the responsive thing. She actually made a comment because she walked into the hangar. It's like, oh, I see. It says
Oh
some.
right,
Yeah, so they did actually touch on
it's
that too.
actually Sentient Weapon, which makes more sense because it's like that's exactly what Wanda is. She's a
Yeah.
sentient weapon.
So hold on, wait. Are they actually building the spaceship that Sword uses in the comics in the hangar? Is that is
That's a good
is,
question, actually.
is
I
that
don't
what they're
know.
working?
The one that shows up at the end of Far From Home.
I didn't watch the end of Far From Home. I didn't get to the end credits
Hmm?
again.
What ship? What ship?
The
I
one
didn't
ship,
notice.
right?
I didn't notice a hangar ship in this episode. So
So this takes place before Far From Home, like
oh, okay.
events of Far From Home, I think,
Holy crap! I didn't even realize that.
or like very close to it.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, because they were like as they were walking through the hangar or the
Like
weapons,
R&D area or something.
whatever. Yeah, they were like working either like a rocket or a ship or something
And
like.
she's like, "Why are you building weapons for?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the world's changed since you've been gone. Well, I was just curious because because again, I'm not too big. I don't know too much about Sword, but
Yeah.
I believe that they have like a spaceship in space that they can like
Yeah.
watch Earth. So
They
I was
do.
just curious,
Yeah.
like, that's interesting.
And I'm
Okay,
pretty sure that was at the end of Far From Home.
okay.
That
Yeah.
would be cool. Yeah, I'm not even sure. But yeah, I mean in the comics obviously it's gonna be more ridiculous where they're
Hmm.
like watching for Galactus or Silver Surfer or something like that. But
Which,
um
as a naked man on the board, we're all screwed.
yeah. And I think has something to do with Secret Invasion as well. So that could they haven't done that yet. So maybe that could play into it too.
Yeah, there's always like nice little touches, like either talking about the original source or just like little Easter eggs, or like, hey, you should pay attention to this. In
So
Marvel's.
what did they change the name?
What did they change it to or why?
No, two.
It was Sentient World Observation and Response Department. Now it's Sentient Weapon.
So it's just weapon.
Yeah, which to me makes more sense actually.
Phew.
I don't know, man. I think this might that might introduce scrolls too, man. Like
Yeah,
this guy that she's familiar with could be a scroll.
because they're
Like
like looking out for like the next Thanos or like. the scroll or whatever it could be. What
Yeah.
Well, weren't they good guys though? Last time we
what
checked.
scrolls?
And this one, and
I think only a few of them though, not the whole race.
for the most part, in this MCU, the Skrulls are good guys, but I
Yeah,
mean,
because they were being hunted down by
The Kree.
yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
but it only takes one to be a bad guy, and then to get
Sure.
other people into it. But for the most part, I think all the Skrulls were on that ship. But I don't know, man. So much has happened in those 5 years.
I know, man.
The Skrulls could have easily taken over.
Wasn't it? I thought it was also kind of cool how they keep giving us new perspectives on the blip, where it's like
Yeah.
what would happen in a hospital, like all the
Yeah.
patients start showing up, or like Far From Home. I think they showed the high school where it's like, oh, all these kids just automatically show up, and it's like, what the hell? So, and for them, I don't know if we knew this before, but she experienced the blip as like 20 seconds, or what'd she say? She's like, I fell asleep for 2 minutes or
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
She
I
didn't
think we heard
experience
that,
pain or anything. She just didn't
Well,
exist for.
Spider-Man brought that up too, where he was like, I was gone, and all of a sudden that was back.
Oh,
It was,
okay.
like,
I think you're right. Yeah.
genius. So
Yeah.
it's just so cool to see where like she was literally like one day sitting there watching her mom in the hospital. She wakes up and the bed is clean. There's no one in there. It's like, what the fuck happened? You've been gone for 3 years. What?
It's like, yeah, yeah, that was cool.
5 years.
I thought that was all good stuff.
It's
It was
pretty
a great
intense.
episode, honestly. I
Oh,
liked
it's
it.
very good. Very good.
But I could see why. Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Nice touches.
sure.
But yeah.
No, very good.
I feel like there's not much left to say, so
No,
we should
not too much.
probably wrap up the spoiler-tastic review of WandaVision episode 4. We all enjoyed it. Some enjoyed it a little more than others. We will obviously continue to watch it. There's still a lot more story and twists to come about, and that is what I would like to happen a little bit sooner. But I know they're coming, so can't wait to see where this leads because I just want my Doctor Strange movie. If we have nothing else to add to the talks, let's go ahead and end this one officially.
Let's do it.
Thank you guys for listening. You know the whole spiel, the whole song and dance. You know everything. So thank you guys for listening. Tune back in next week where we talk about episode 5 of WandaVision. Spoiler free, total spoilers, not spoiler free. Thanks guys, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.
All right. Catch you next week.